door for free.
Call U.S. Medical Supply 24 hours a day. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. Call right now. 800-597-9323.
Let's be honest. Wheelchairs are heavy, bulky, and ugly. If you carry a wheelchair in your car to take care of a loved one, you know how hard it is getting that clunky, old-style wheelchair in and out of your car. Introducing the Feather Chair Wheelchair. At 13 pounds, it's the world's lightest wheelchair. It folds in seconds and fits neatly in your trunk, backseat, or closet, so you can take it everywhere. And it's only available right here. Order yours today and get a free wheelchair case, a $50 value, yours free.
Hello.
The Feather Chair. The world's lightest wheelchair is just $4.99 with easy payments as low as $16 a month. Sorry, no Medicare or insurance accepted. So call right now to order yours.
800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. That's 800-823-5826.
If you are trying to quit drinking or doing too many drugs, listen to me. You don't know me and we'll never meet. I had a problem like you once. I drank and used to party a little too much till it got out of control and almost ruined my life. I realized I needed help to fix my problem before it totally destroyed me. If you've tried to fix your drinking and drug problem and you know you can't do it alone, you need to call the National Treatment Advisors. They'll immerse you into a 30-day program to replace your old habits with new habits and totally change your life. And if you have PPO private health insurance, the entire program may be covered. Fix your problem right now before it gets any worse. Get clean. Call now and learn more. 877-247-1581. 877-247-1581. 877-247-1581.
Attention all business owners and creative minds. Do you need a unique and personalized touch for your products? Look no further than Romika Laser Engraving and Custom Designs. I'm Ron Phillips, co-owner of Romika Designs. We offer custom laser engraving services for a variety of products, including promotional items and corporate or personal gifts. With state-of-the-art equipment and a team of skilled designers, we can engrave intricate designs on virtually any material. Whether it's a special message, a company logo, or a custom design, Romika Laser Engraving will help you make your mark. And the best part, our prices are affordable and our turnaround time is quick.
I couldn't be happier with the work Romika Laser Engraving did for me. The engraving on my product was precise and exactly what I wanted.
So don't wait any longer to add a personal touch to your products. Call Romika Laser Engraving and Custom Designs today at 817-400-4040 or visit our website at romikadesigns.com. We look forward to helping you make your mark. You're listening to JoCo Community Radio.
Hello, Jobfather Nation. We are so excited to be back with you right before a wonderful long weekend. Welcome to the Jobfather. Just wanted to remind everybody that we are honored to be a part of NTX Radio, a podcasting radio collective. We're proudly serving all of North Texas and can be heard all over the world on the TuneIn Radio and on the NTX Radio app. Now, you can listen to us and the entire lineup on Android, Apple CarPlay, or just ask Alexa to play NTX Radio. Check out the lineup and more at ntxradio.com. We want to thank our valued partners for helping us amplify the voices of North Texas. Now, let's bow our head for a quick word of prayer before we get into the meat and potatoes. How does that sound, Foster?
Sounds good to me.
Awesome.
Let's have some meat.
Let's do it. Father God, we're honored to be here. Just help us as we continue to strive to support the Jobseeker and job transition community. We just pray you would bless the guests on our show, bless all of those in job seek, or job transition mode. I pray you'd open up the most amazing doors and anoint the hands of all of us that are working to help us honor you in how we handle our days. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
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 Foster, we've got a very exciting show today.
Yeah,
Very, very exciting.
yeah.
So,
Good
do you have
morning, everybody.
morning? Do we have a dad joke?
You know, I do. I do have that joke. But I want to tell everybody once again, I guess this big initiative for AI that's going on just right down the road. Actually, I
Yeah.
think they're down in Abilene. Um, there were 60 billion with a B dollars appropriated to this growth,
That's
and a
amazing.
number of the companies, Claude, Chat GPT, almost any of the AI companies themselves have job openings to the amount of about 200, to be honest with you, with
Wow.
most of them. So you guys might want to go to those companies themselves: Copilot, Gemini, Chat GPT, Claude, all of them.
Foster, I
uh,
might want to mention too, with all of that, I just
uh-huh.
joined Coursera, $60 a month, and I'm starting an AI for business professionals
Oh yeah, that's right.
certification through Vanderbilt University. It's $60 a month. You can take as many certifications or classes as you want. I'm trying to bulk up my background in my LinkedIn with AI based focused experience, because it's
Yeah.
not going to replace humans, but it is going to make us more efficient at what we do. And so we've got to
Yes.
jump on and learn about it. The people that have AI in their resume sooner are probably going to be the people that are most called upon for opportunities. Sorry, just
Right.
jump in and
Absolutely.
Yep. As we go forward, that's going to be what jobs are going to call for. Do you
yep,
use AI as a tool in order to get things done? So, absolute, Dana, I'm glad you said that.
yep.
And thank you. I see we have, hey, Alice Carrillo's with us.
Yeah.
Hey, Alice. Daniel Martinez. All right. Sharon Luckage. Not no more Luckage. Sharon Adams. Hey, Sharon from Thomas Edwards Group is with us, guys. I
Gerard.
love to give the shout outs. Dara Patel. Good morning, Dara. All right, Yolanda Chen. Hey, Yolanda, man,
Good group.
we're popping in here. We're trying to get as much knowledge in our head before Labor Day as we can. I guess.
That's right.
Guys, I want to encourage everybody. What I'm seeing right now are loads of landings. I think companies have slowed down due to fear, a lot of things that are going on. But if these companies slow down, they're getting themselves in trouble. If they don't move forward and hire people to get it done, they're going to
Yeah.
lose their opportunities to serve their clients. They're going to, if they're making products and services, those products and services are going to wane. So what companies are doing, and this is normal for this time of year anyway, as we head towards the fourth quarter, is to ramp up and get it done before budgets end at the end of the year. Remember that, Dana?
Yeah, absolutely. As a matter of fact, my budget's due today.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
look at that, will you? And
Mhm.
so, guys, be encouraged. There's a lot of activity we're going to see here at the end of the third quarter and the beginning of the fourth quarter. So, I am in. Let me tell you guys this: the number one thing that you can do for your job search is get out. Julian will tell you that probably a little bit later on. Um, is get out and meet other people. So it's people that are going to get, as long, I tell everybody, as long as a people makes the decision of whether you get the job or not, then after we determine that we're a good fit for the position or whatever we do on the front end, we want to try to connect with someone that maybe works at the company or maybe is a friend with the hiring manager or something like that, so that we may be, if Dana and Foster and Mez call one of our recruiter buddies and say, hey, Vera Wallace is out there and you guys are looking for a technical writer, and I really think you ought to. I know Vera, and I can tell you something about Vera. Go check her out. She has applied for the job. So she's going to be in your system. Go check her out. They're going to do that, because rather than go through 300 resumes, I think it makes sense for us to to go to somebody that's being sent to us, making it easy for us to do. We
Absolutely.
recruiters, oh my goodness, Dana's one. And we get inundated with stuff. And we got so much technology. Slowly, guys, we're turning, and we don't keep this human element going. Guys, we'll turn into robots.
Yeah. Well, Foster, we're excited to hear your dad joke, and I wanted to just quickly let the audience know. So, the first half, we're going to be talking to Julian Vail, who just landed, and we're
Yeah,
going
he
to talk
did.
about anatomy of a landing. In the second half, we have the honor of speaking with Vera Wallace, and she is a incredible, exemplary, I said it, tech writer and trainer. So, Foster, I am really happy that you shared what you just did, because networking, getting out there, making sure that we're staying abreast of the community in which we are looking for work will really make a difference in our jobs.
Yeah, it makes a difference.
It does.
Absolutely. That's what's grown this network to the size that it is. Okay, dad joke, you guys. So let's see. I think maybe Alice Carrillo is going to have to be my referee today to tell me my score from 1 to 10. Okay, guys, since we're in job searching, we're always hearing about ghosting. We're always complaining about ghosting. I decided I'd have a ghosting dad joke today. So,
it's gonna be fun, baby.
All right. So, you know what? I tried to make up a joke about ghosting, but I couldn't. It had plenty of spirit, but no body. Maz. Keep your comment to yourself,
so
Maz.
Funny. Okay, 0. Just kidding. I love you, Foster. I'm just joking.
Hey, I'm a dad. I got to make you guys roll your eyes in your head. You know what I'm saying?
But it was cute. That was cute. And it's a good fall joke, too, considering that we're just leaving the summer. But we better jump over to Julian. We've got about 15 minutes.
Yeah, we got to get with Julian. Julian, let's talk about your landing. We have the anatomy of a landing, and this was neat, guys. So, Julian, kick it in, man. Tell us something.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Foster and Dana, for having me. Vera, very nice to see you here today as well. So a year ago, I was a guest on this show, and I was fresh out of my previous career with Verizon. I know Foster and I actually go back in history and time. So a year ago, I was in a completely different place than I am now. And both of you were saying a keyword, community, because it is so crucial to, one, your mental and emotional support. Because if you're out there in a silo trying to do this all by yourself, not that it's impossible, but you are absolutely inundated with so much competition out there that the stronger of a support network that you can build by people getting out and connecting with people, it underpins everything. So that's where I was a year ago. I was looking at a resume with over 25 years of internal Verizonized lingo and acronyms.
About that,
and I thought, how do I distill this into a 2-page resume that can be shared in public, right? And so I had all these challenges, and there were so many cobwebs on my LinkedIn. That's where I was a year ago, just being overwhelmed by all of this new
you
experience.
just got started. You didn't know what to do.
I'm going to tell you that this is a true analogy, and I think I used this last year, but it's more poignant than ever. It's like coming out of an old marriage that went south. It's you lose yourself in that relationship, and I really loved my career and the things I accomplished with my former employer, but you get to a place where you lose yourself. And so I had to rediscover who Julian Vail is professionally, similar to what I had to do when I came out of an old marriage, and rebuild myself And that's done through getting out and meeting people,
That's right.
getting out and networking, right? And as you do that, it doesn't happen overnight, but you sharpen the saw, work on certifications, work on figuring out what the market is doing right now, because I was so not tuned into any of this. I didn't have to be, but I should have been. All right. That's the lesson that I now know, that I will, even going forward into my new career, I'm not going to let go of my network. I'm going to keep it active. I'm going to keep it as it's a part of my toolbox.
Yeah.
You know, so lessons for all of you who are looking and job seeking and transitioning. You're doing the same thing I'm telling you I had to do, like all of us. But don't let go of it. Once you got that bull by the horns, keep a hold of it, because it'll be your friend. Anyway, so that's kind of the background and how I got to here. And really, truly, I was connecting with folks like Foster, going to Frisco Connect, connecting with Sonia on her Monday calls, and going to basically job fairs whenever they were available, but also spending a lot of time with my LinkedIn profile. And that's something that I've also heard the subject matter experts in professional social media say. Always be tweaking. There's always something that you can do. Don't just set it and forget it.
Yeah, that's true. You got to keep up. Yeah.
Even if there's a skill that you overlooked, you might be looking at somebody else's profile and you go, I've got that skill, add it. Or you might see that, oh, I should have had a comma after this. Any little thing that you do to your profile, it keeps you fresh in LinkedIn's algorithms, and it's almost like you're refreshing things. So, and it's very important to find someone, a recruiter or some coach is that when they can search you as a recruiter, you want to know, are you coming up in the first page of search results?
Right.
Like for me, my area of expertise is cybersecurity and global risk compliance. And I worked with a person. We had a one-on-one. She typed in, I forget like my location. I think she just put Dallas Fort Worth or cybersecurity. Maybe she just put cybersecurity. I came up on the first page of search results. And that's a plus, because if you're a recruiter and you're looking for candidates to fill a role, you're not going to go page after page after page, even though on those pages of other search the same results, but you're just going through a different data set. You don't have time. You're going to stick with that first, say 50 or so people, and you're going to pick your people from that page. Absolutely. And that's where you want to be. And that
real quick, I'd like to add on what you had just said, because it brought up a really important point about keeping your LinkedIn profile fresh, about keeping it up to date with critical keywords around the experience you have that are relevant, because that keeps you at the top of the algorithm.
Right.
However, and I wanted to add on to that. So we use LinkedIn Recruiter as a tool. I am so sorry. We use LinkedIn Recruiter as a tool to source. And when we put in our search, and we can use an AI search or we can put in our own search, I don't even have to go into each person's profile. If do you know how most people under their name put a sentence or so that really outlines their experience?
Yeah, their headline.
Yeah, if you keep your headline most relevant to the role you're looking for, it will help the recruiter, because I'm able to look at the job history without having to actually go into your profile. And a lot of people put in their headline a couple key skills and or their degrees or certifications that would qualify them for the role that they're looking for, if that role requires that. And I'm able to quickly send out 15 to 20 emails within 30 seconds by just simply clicking, and then the system personalizes it and it makes it look like I'm just sending it to that one person. So the whole tool of keeping your profile relevant, keeping it up to date, please do this. It's very important.
Right.
To you. I
Right.
apologize. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that, because that's the other side that I was describing, because I don't have that type of an account.
Yeah.
So I can't search like a recruiter can. So very, very, very important. Anyway, so let me jump forward then.
Yeah, you
So
landed at AT&T. Let's get to that.
I did, yeah. So it's kind of a weird story, and I want to say that there's no such thing as a wrong way to do things, but there's always a better way. And so the lesson I want to share with everybody out there is, don't give up on yourself. Don't feel daunted. Tomorrow is always a new day, because I would sit in the morning with my dogs out in the backyard, and I'd have my phone and I'd just be banging out applications. I mean, I wasn't even really reading all of them. I was looking for, I got pretty proficient at, does this title grab me? Does the job description grab me? And at first, I was very focused on remote only. And I want to tell you this. Look, if you're only about one type of a job, you're cutting out a lot of opportunity. So my lesson that I learned is, be open to anything, and then you can tweak it, right? If you like. So I had my filter set to remote, and then one day I just said, the heck with this. I opened it up to on-site, hybrid. I started seeing different opportunities. I started allowing myself permission. Okay, if I need to commute, I'll figure that out. Main thing is, I want to nail something. So 7:30, 8 o'clock, I was kind of relaxing, had my phone. I'll bang out a few more applications before bed. The next morning, back outside with the dogs and coffee, and I see this email from a recruiter, and it said, and it had the subject line, AT&T cybersecurity program manager. And I thought, I don't remember applying to that. And for many of you, you've probably been spammed, phished. You've seen fake recruiters, fake jobs. I was skeptical. My red flags were on. So I emailed him back. I said, hey, if this is the real deal, call me. 5 minutes later, my phone rang. He said, yeah, it's a contract position that could potentially be a conversion. And it's at the downtown office, AT&T headquarters in Dallas, Texas. Are you interested? I said, sure, absolutely. And he said, all right, well, with your permission, I'd like to submit your resume. He gets back with me later that afternoon. It just started clicking. He said, 2 o'clock that afternoon, he said, hey, you've been shortlisted. So that was like on a Friday. And then they got back with me Monday morning with an interview for Wednesday, which was literally last Wednesday. Last Wednesday, I interviewed. It was a one interview. They called me the very next day, the recruiting company, and said, you got the job. And I've already gone through the background check, onboarding, and my first day is Tuesday.
Okay.
That is so wonderful. We are so excited.
I am too, and thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just goes to show the proactive nature, staying on top of things. And the one thing that, you know how you said you were in the backyard just knocking out applications?
Yeah.
One thing I want to encourage people. Before I got in talent acquisition, I was very nervous about applying and getting rejected. And as I've been in talent acquisition for 20 plus years, we're going to leave it at that. I realized that it is not a personal rejection at all. A lot of times you might apply, and depending on where they're at in the cycle of recruitment, when you applied, your resume may not have even been looked at, but yet they'd already identified a candidate. And so they dispositioned or rejected all the other candidates. And you might have been even better qualified, but they didn't get a chance to even look at your resume. So it's never personal. Never take it any other way than, okay, they either had another candidate in play. Maybe there's some ongoing changes behind the scenes and what the hiring leader needs
Right.
that I'm not aware of. So maybe based on my resume and background, I wasn't the best fit. There's so much that that you won't know going on behind the scenes to try to determine for that company what that role will look like.
Absolutely.
Right.
So it's never personal.
I see a question in the chat. Nancy says,
what's your
what is the
position?
role?
Yeah,
So
Dr. Wall,
the role I was hired into is a senior program manager, cybersecurity.
Okay. Oh.
Got it.
So
awesome.
But I will like to say that this I really had a definite comparison, because just before this opportunity literally fell in my lap, I was really pursuing an opportunity with GM Financial. GM Financial had a cybersecurity role that was very appealing to me. The hiring manager was a former Verizon. So that was what opened the door. Okay. So if you have some corporate history with a larger company like myself, use that, exploit the crap out of it.
Yeah. You got a commonality. You connect.
And exactly. So it didn't get me the job, but it did open the door. And I interviewed. It was very structured. I had to go through the screening, talent person. And then once she checked the boxes, then from there I got the interview. But then during the interview, it was very structured. And I think, and my takeaway from that is that I over prepared, and I'm sharing my experience with all of you and the audience, that just be yourself, because I hadn't interviewed in a while, and I did have my script, and I did have my story, and I did have all my all that. But the difference is, when I found out that I was passed on by GM Financial again, I said, okay, I've got an interview with AT&T tomorrow. What am I going to do different? One, the key thing is, we're going to talk telecom, because I can do that.
You can do that.
And then I said to myself, don't be so structured like you were on the GM job. Just let the conversation flow. If they ask you targeted questions, use your experience. Talk about those points in time when you delivered relevant results. And as we got about 3/4 of the way through the conversation, then the director, who is now my boss, he was giving me pain. He was saying, Julian, I do this. On Fridays, my whole day, I'm doing PowerPoint fire drills, and I'm regurgitating the same data I had last week. And I listened to him, and I said, you know what? I've been there. I've done that. I can help you with that. And then he had a smile on his face. He had his associate director on the call, who had also asked some questions. And he said, Andrew's over here pinging me on the side, telling me it's like he's already here. And so I was like, okay, I think those are buy signals.
Yeah.
And it was very encouraging. And I didn't want to count my chickens or eggs, whatever that saying is, before they hatch. But the next day they said, you got it. They picked you. So.
Hey, Julian, I want to bring some light to what Sharon Adams said over in the comment section.
Okay.
Says being open to considering a contract opportunity, guys, can open many, many doors. There are many people
100.
They're called about a contract. You say, oh, no, I'm not interested in a contract. I'm interested in full time. Is that what they do, Dana, on Family Feud?
That is. And
guys, that's an opportunity. That could be an open door for what you're really looking for to start with. So continue that conversation. Don't cut them off.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sharon.
That was a good key point, because one of the things that, and I'll be starting wrapping it up, because I know you have some other.
You're going to
we've
hear
got
music
Vera
here in a minute, so it's going to cut you off.
The thing is my hiring director said, I had 2 other people in this same chair, Julian, and they both left because they took full-time jobs. So I said,
Okay.
I told him, and he understood, but I said, listen, I'm here. I'm the long-term kind of guy. So he said, all right. So there we
There's the
go.
very music that I was talking about. We're gonna go away. Thank you, Julian. We're gonna be back with
Thank you
Miss
very
Vera
much.
Wallace, and I got another dad joke.
Hey, travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1820. 855-325-1820. That's 855-325-1820.
Have you ever met a single person in your life that enjoys paying taxes? No, no one does. If you can't sleep at night because you have a huge problem with the IRS, I've got some free advice for you. This service is strictly limited to individuals that owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes. And if you qualify, we can guarantee that you won't be writing a big fat check to the IRS, or our services cost you nothing. The first 100 people that call today will get a free tax consultation worth $500. Stop worrying about your IRS problem. We can help you, we promise. Call the tax doctor right now. I mean right now, to learn more.
800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. That's 800-240-4587.
Joco Community Radio. Listen live at tunein.com.
Welcome back, Jobfather Nation. We are so excited to be here for the second half. What a great first half. We learned a lot about how to network, how to be proactive, going after it, and getting it done when it comes to the job search. We want to thank our guests of the first half with that, and congrats on your new role. Just keep in mind that we are honored to be a part of NTX Radio, a radio and podcast collective, proudly serving all of North Texas, and can be heard all over the world on the TuneIn Radio Network, as well as on the NTX app, which you can listen to on Android, Apple CarPlay, or just ask Alexa to play NTX Radio. Check out our lineup and more at ntxradio.com. We want to thank our valued partners in helping us amplify the voices of North Texas. And Foster, if you don't mind, just in the vein of communication, and I don't know, sometimes we just have to be a little more lighthearted in life. I instead of a dad joke, may I read this product review? It's very quick, but it is.
Yeah, go right ahead. I got a quick dad joke anyway. So.
Okay, good. Okay, so this is an Amazon product review. I've never read anything this funny in my life. And this is for a beach ball that's about 8 foot high. So if you can imagine, it's taller than an NBA player, and about 6 foot wide. So it is meant to be, I think, more like a crab soccer ball or something like that. So this individual gave it 2 stars and said, a fun way to ruin a weekend and blow $100. We took this ball to the beach, and after close to 2 hours to pump it up, we pushed it around for about 10 fun-filled minutes. That was when the wind picked it up and sent it hurtling down the beach at about 40 knots. It destroyed everything in its path. Children screamed in terror as the giant inflatable monster that crushed their sandcastles blew by them. Grown men were knocked down trying to save their families. It was like it was mocking us. Eventually, we had to stop running after it because its path of injury and destruction was going to cost a fortune in legal fees. Rumor has it that it can still be seen stalking the innocent families on the Florida Panhandle. We lost it in South Carolina, so
wow,
there is
this thing's
something to
getting
be
around.
said about its durability. Okay, that is got to be one of the funniest, seriously funniest reviews I've ever seen in my life. And if you could see a picture of this ball, you would lose it because it's huge. Anyway, what is your dad joke, Foster?
Well, that reminds me of back in California, we had a big old beach, but it wasn't that size. We had a big old beach ball, and we sent it down the beach, and it was fun. Everybody was having a blast with that thing. Everybody was kicking and punching and doing all kinds of stuff. We had a good time. Newport Beach, this is a shout out for you. I used to live in Newport Beach. All right. So here's my dad joke, guys. I think this is good. So we'll see what Alice tells me about this thing. So Sharon Adams, you might want to give me a score on this one too. So Dana, two windmills were sitting on a hill, and the other one asked the other one, "Do you have a favorite song?" And then the other one says, "Well, all my life I've been a heavy metal fan."
That's kind of cute, actually. That is funny, though.
Come on, these are dad jokes, guys. Dad, you see this face? This is DAD. This is Dad. Hannah's daddy. Hey, baby, I know you're listening out there. Love you. Oh, I hear my nephew back there too. It sounds like.
I don't know how to mute this all of a sudden. I am so sorry.
Oh, you're okay. He's fine.
Oh my gosh. Someone apparently walked by the house and pissed off the whole crew. I am sorry.
Oh,
I need to
well.
figure out how to mute so going forward I don't kill
Don't people?
everybody's
You need to put a
eardrums.
sign up out there that says, "Don't walk by this house while I'm
Don't
on the
walk by
radio." Are
near
you
the
serious?
Jobfather, people. Come on now.
Doubt. No
Oh my
doubt.
gosh.
All right, guys. So we have the wonderful Vera Wallace with us. I've known Miss Vera for a long time, and she is a senior technical writer, and she's a trainer. She's a person that's going to develop documentation. She's going to take care of that and curriculum development, all sort of stuff. Now, I'm going to tell you what I really like about Miss Vera. The first thing that I noticed about Miss Vera is everybody has an affinity to want to get to know Miss Vera. Is the most wonderful lady. And guys, companies, these are the type of people you want to bring aboard. You want to bring aboard people that get along with everybody. You don't want to bring somebody know it all in there that's going to upset the apple cart. So tell us a little bit more, Ms. Vera, about what it is. You are available right now, and tell us about your technical writing. Tell us anything you want to tell us about you.
Sure. Be glad to. Can you hear me all right?
We hear
Everybody?
you
Yes,
100%.
very well.
Yeah.
Excellent. Great. Well, hi, I'm Vera Wallace, and I am a senior technical writer, meaning I'm bringing value to your company by providing clarity, conciseness, and organization to your company's written, digital, and verbal communications and documents. And I won't go back to, I was born in a log cabin. That may be a little too far back.
Oh, wow.
But,
In Kentucky.
but I will say, I started off as a junior technical writer way back at Radio Shack. And
Oh,
there
wow.
was
Really?
600 people in the IT department. I was part of the IT, fresh out of college and all
Yeah,
that.
that was a big one. Yeah.
Mhm. I had a great mentor in my editor who taught me about clear and concise writing. Instead of trying to be the most sophisticated, obviously 22 years old, I know
Yeah,
everything.
I gave that up at age 5.
Right. You really, for business, you want to write it at 8th grade level, around that 8th to 10th grade level, and you're trying to share you're not trying to hide information. You're trying to make it so people understand what's going on. And so I worked on team documentation. I worked as an individual documenting different types of IT systems
Okay.
and things. And then after about 3 years, I had worked on a data mining tool. And they said to me, Vera, you did a great job on that. Can you teach it to the internal clients? And that was the start of my training.
There it is. Yeah.
So I am a trainer, because I love that aha moment when a person gets it. I'm a trainer who can do their own documentation. I also, I just enjoy documentation. And Foster, you know what since I've had this career transition, I've been thinking about, what do I really like to do? I love writing. I do enjoy those aha moments connecting with people, but I also enjoy the editing part. I'm a great editor.
Okay.
So that's,
that's a good superpower.
Yeah, it really is. In that you may have some documentation, or especially when I'm working in the IT area. Let me just say, I've worked in IT, financial, mortgage lending areas predominantly, but my last places have been in the healthcare, helping a company that is helping people diagnose cancer earlier and earlier. So they've got a great mission, and I've enjoyed working for them.
Maybe Caris, Dana, might be a company that she wants to check out. Caris Life Sciences, CARIS.
Yes, I'd be
Caris,
happy to
okay,
it's an
I
oncology
remember
focused
that.
company.
Excellent. And my whole point was the editing side, working with SMEs, especially where the English may not be their first language. SME jargon subject matter experts. But working with somebody on documentation where English isn't their first language, they really need that help to clarify their points. And that's where that editing comes in. Can I give a brag story?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
All right. So at my last company I just finished working for, all of the new software engineers, they had to access, this was a new word to me a year ago, Kubernetes clusters.
Ooh,
I'm sure you've heard of it.
Don't ask me how to spell that one.
I agree. It starts with a K, though. I will tell you that.
Oh, see, I messed up already. Me and Dana are messed up now.
Right. But what it has to do with, it's a type of storage. And all the new software people, they need to know how to use this and access this tool. And it, again, like I said, it was written, a SME wrote, English was not their first language. And we're writing, it's not in a paper document, it's in Confluence. So that means it's an online Wikipedia page. The thing was so long, all the code was in there. There was no table of contents. So if you're new and you go through and you miss it, you forget where you're at, you've got to scroll through, 10 or 11 pages of work at the time.
Developers don't write like end users.
Right. That's my, but they're my tribe. I love them, but I have to translate them to the business users, right?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, this tutorial, which every single new person had to use, I was able, just to put headings so there could be a table of contents on the side, and you didn't have to try to scroll through and figure out where you were. That was just a help to the user. Then I went back and organized. I put bells and hey, this is pre-task. You need to do these things. This is what you do afterward. And then the code that they needed, instead of having it just sticking on the page, I embedded it. So you clicked, and if you want to see the code and use it, you can. But if you didn't, you could scroll through a lot quicker. But that was my editing skills coming in, looking at, if it had been on House Hunters, it would have been a total teardown, right?
Yeah, it would have been a
but
breakdown.
With renovation, with editing, organization, going from chaos to clarity, going from disorder to organization, I really helped. I really helped. And I remember the SME, a different SME had taken over by that time. And she said, I wish I'd had this when I was new to read instead of what they had.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good story. I'm glad you shared that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That gives us a little order of the full life cycle of what it is that you do.
Mhm. Good. I was hoping it would.
Absolutely.
And so I really enjoy, you know, coming in. Now that I'm a senior technical writer, what happens is I have enough experience that even if my subject matter expert is new, I can coach them and help them to get to where they need to go. I
Right.
did that at a place where I worked 7 years as I was a distributed tech writer to not 9, not 5, 10, 11 different SVPs and their teams. All
Ooh,
right. Right.
SVP. Oh my God.
How'd you
We
manage
had to
that?
get 150 policies and procedures reviewed from all these different teams every
Okay.
year. And so, about 6 months, 60 days. Yeah, 60 days ahead of time, 60 to 90 days ahead of time. We're starting to work on it before it needs to get that approval. But the process, like I said, a new VP came in. So the SVP said to the VP, "Oh, you handle this part." They said, "Sure," because you're new and you go, "How high?" You're just going to do it. But I was able to coach them. We met every 2 weeks for that first month or two. Then we met once a month. And by the end of the year, I got them on the same cycle as the other VPs, which was once a quarter, going over things. But
Okay.
I've got the experience to help coach the other people. Or like in computers, I I'm really good with Office, with Word, Microsoft. I have dabbled now in VM virtual machines, on-premise things, and even Linux. I can't speak Linux fluently, but when my SMEs bring in code or things like that, I can ask enough questions to get it so that a user who doesn't speak Linux can understand.
Okay.
And so I feel that's what I do. I translate our IT or mortgage lending areas or financial
Right.
services terms and processes. I translate that so uh, the customer, internal or external client, can understand.
Julian, you've worked with technical writers before. I would expect your answer to be yes, maybe, maybe not. I don't know.
Absolutely. Back in the early days of my career, I was in an organization. Well, I started on a big project that was converting Verizon's old inventory system
Uh
called
huh.
Mark.
Uh
Do you
huh.
remember Mark?
I
Which
do.
actually was a GTE system,
Yeah, it was GTE system.
and they were converting it to a Java-based platform when Java was brand new.
Brand spanking new.
And here's the challenge. So GTE's call centers were all on mainframes or Unix based systems.
Mhm.
So everything was command based. So not only did we have to build training as the application was being developed, but and we were always having to rewrite everything because the code was always changing, right? Vera's saying, yeah, been there, done that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But because this was in 1998, 1999,
Oh my God.
um,
Dinosaurs and everything.
right, the users in the call centers, many of them did not know how to use a graphical user interface like Windows. So we had to build
Oh, that was new
introduction.
back then.
We
Yeah.
had to teach them Windows. We had to teach them how to use a mouse before we could then transition them into the UI. Like they had to learn a pull down
All
menu,
right, I got
click,
to cut
right?
Julian off because I
Okay,
got a
there I go.
question for Vera.
Over to
So,
you.
Yeah.
Julian, no wonder you and I get along, boy. We talk too much. My God.
We
So,
do. We
hey,
do.
Miss Vera, and now you may have already answered this question, but hey, I'm sure you've been involved with making user manuals for certain things along the way, have you not?
Oh, that's what I started out
Uh
from
huh.
being in IT. User guides, systems manuals, and just the point Julian was making back in the early 2000s. there were a lot of smart people coming from mainframe to the personal computer.
Right,
And
right.
I was a technical trainer at 2 or 3 of my positions. And I even had the opportunity to work for a not-for-profit for a couple of years. And I was training people, what's the difference between single click, double click on your mouse? So I was teaching fundamentals of using Microsoft Office. And then in the finance department, it was nonprofit, I'm helping them with Excel formulas to help.
I'm
That was
loving the way you're breaking this down. I
yeah.
bet Dana's feeling the same way.
No, I am.
Yeah.
Because the growth with Excel and the amount of people understanding the important to utilize data in everyday decisions. I love that you were able to support your groups with that. That's a
Right.
huge skill.
I've written, again, since we're going back to the early 2000s, I've written over 900 different courses
Oh my God.
on everything from Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, advanced, medium level, and beginner classes,
Wow.
customer service, uh, soft skills, all sorts of different areas.
I see.
I've done, and mortgage lending,
My
has been the place. That's my training.
Hey, hey Vera, can I ask a question?
Hey,
Hey, it's
Maz.
Mez. Hey. Vera, you are
I
one
know.
a rock
Yeah,
star.
yeah,
You're
Like
yeah.
right.
there's no
No
doubt
doubt.
about that. Like let me just say that right. Yeah. What can we do and what do you want to say and what are you looking for to kind of get yourself out there to the job that you want? Because it sounds like you serve everybody else in the company, but what are you looking for now?
I enjoy, um, I enjoy getting a challenge, being a pioneer of, oh, this is a new project or something new, and we need help with it. So, for example,
Mhm.
and I've done written documentation, but now using Confluence, again, that's doing the Wikipedia, helping with content management. So instead of just doing a Word document and putting it in PDF, how do you write that article so that a person scrolling through on a wiki page will get the information that they need? So I'm looking for a position where if where you need a lot of independence, you need solutions. For example, uh, for 5 different IT teams, they didn't have a very good Confluence page, or their documentation was tough to find. I'll just use my last company. Uh, they yes, their SMEs had put out a page, but I came in, I built a brand new uh, Confluence whole system base. We had a home page, landing page, meet the team,
Mhm.
contents page for the different people, forms, and I put that all together. The first time I had to do it, I had a 6-week task. I had to learn Confluence first of all, take the
Okay.
tutorials, and then get it ready and get 15 articles ready, within 6 weeks, working with 11 SMEs. And so that is the challenge where I get to use my creativity, create graphics and things. Oh, and now AI can help with graphics and things,
Oh,
but
here we
it's
go.
still,
There it is.
but it's the challenge of again, helping others with their documentation, whether it's written or it needs to be written. I can do that, or I can pull it out of this SMEs to get that. But then the creator side, a Confluence page and area that people want to click on, that they want to see.
So if you are, so I just want to throw this out there for thought.
Bro.
What would you consider your ideal next job, right?
Oh,
Because you've
yeah.
done a lot of training. You have totally nailed the training delivery in all kinds of industries, but opening up your, what's next for Vera? What does that look like?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was talking about this last month. I've realized my senior technical writing, my editing skills, I want to focus more on that than being an inline trainer. Doing some training on the side, that's okay. But uh, the bringing organization to chaos. When you've got some funky documentation, nobody can access it, creating content management systems.
You know what? If I was interviewing you right now, I would be bringing you on to lead a training organization.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
You've already done your subject matter expert, individual contributor stuff. It's time for you to go big and lead an entire team.
And thanks, Alice Carrillo, for spelling Kubernetes for
Right.
It doesn't look as difficult to spell as I thought it would.
It was. So I'd love to do that with a technical writing team, because and all of us exploring how can we use AI together, and how can we automate more things and use the wiki tools. That is what I would enjoy doing. Leading a team, being a team lead or a team manager, all of that would be great. As
there you go.
Hey, Vera, you were mentioning in a conversation that we had earlier, you were mentioning that you were developing some target companies. Are there a couple that come right off the top of your head?
Yeah.
Yes. First of all, Charles Schwab.
Okay.
I had asked, there have been jobs a couple of times, one of them during the pandemic that I didn't get, but their philosophy and what they're looking for, I liked it. And Charles Schwab is financial in my wheelhouse. There's another job that is remote. It's an organization called Crystal Equation Corporation. And wow. I like their, that's just out in the stratosphere. But I liked what they were saying. Fiserv, BNS Railroad, those are places.
Okay. Are you familiar with Mr. Cooper?
I am. Yes, and because that's mortgage lending, and I've got over 12 years of.
Yeah, you got plenty of that.
Yeah, Mr. Cooper, you're right, is a good one that I haven't looked at in a while, but yes.
Vera, what's the best way to get in contact with you, and where do you live? I meant to ask you that. I don't even know where you live.
Well, I'm actually I'm in North Fort Worth.
Okay.
So that's where I'm at. And to get in contact, my LinkedIn address or my email address, would that be my email address is V as in there, V Wallace _88 at att.net. I'm also on LinkedIn. You can see me. I know they showed my LinkedIn link.
Yeah, put your link up there. It's Vera, guys. It's WALLACE.
Yes, VWALLACE _88 at att.net. That's easiest way to get a hold.
And very honestly, you are going to be snatched up quick. Just incredible background and experience, like Mez said. You are truly a rock star, and we are really honored to have you as well on the show today.
Wow.
I definitely feel that you're going to be snatched up very quickly.
Thank you. And I
personality-wise, I can understand why she does what she does.
Yes, I agree completely.
Yeah. You got to build relationships. Me and Dana's favorite word, relationship. I know y'all thought my favorite word was barbecue, but it's relationship. So
it's more fun to barbecue with people you have relationships with.
Hey, Foster, I'd like to add one little thing that for everybody listening, especially Vera too, when you're out interviewing, remember, it's a lot about your qualifications. That gets you in the door. The next part of it is, are you the right fit? But it's a two-way street. You might not like them. It's got to be a love connection.
Guys, we'll see y'all next Friday. Hopefully we won't have to. Hopefully you'll be at work listening to us.
Yes.
If you get a job, listen to us